the messages we've been getting is about, this is what our ascension basically is about. And that's the message I want to put out here. What our ascension is about us, as we have said, and many have said over the millennia, in fact, we're raising our vibration, we're raising our level of understanding, we're raising our connection to consciousness, or source, if you like. Namaste. I did a recording a little while ago about, I took a picture similar to the one in the background here, to highlight these reds and blue skies with red and pinks. And we've had a lot of them this year, more than ever, as far as I'm aware. And I got a message because in the picture, I didn't notice it till after the event. In the picture, there was a lion's head, the head and face of a lion. And we'd recently been talking, which we do, to the Lyrans. My wife channels the Lyrans a lot. And it reminded me of the Lyrans. And I got this message back as soon as I became aware of that image in the picture. I got a message back right away saying, this is to remind you basically that what you're looking at here is an illusion. I was then given the message that this is because Gaia, Terra I will call her, our planet that we live on, has already ascended to her new life, her new time in this existence that we're in now is in this new vibrational state. And Terra has said to me directly that she has ascended, but we are still here with her, and we will be joining her, some of us at least. The messages we've been getting is about, this is what our ascension basically is about. And that's the message I want to put out here. What our ascension is about us, as we have said, and many have said over the millennia, in fact, we're raising our vibration, we're raising our level of understanding, we're raising our connection to consciousness, or source, if you like. Because when we say consciousness, what are we talking about? We're talking about source, or at least a part of source that we can connect to. And it just reminded me then, actually, in the Bible and in other ancient literature, we talk about, you can't talk directly to God. In fact, it's very difficult to talk directly to Archangel Metatron as well. And he has angels that work with him. I know we say him, all right, so it's not a him, but, just words. Archangel Metatron has angels that work alongside him, and they help him to interact with us, interfaces, if you like, with us. And it's because of vibration. It's nothing else. It's not that I'm too big to talk to you, because Archangel Metatron is actually the guardian of our ascension. He's the one helping us in this endeavor as human beings, humans. For those that aren't aware, Archangel Metatron is or was the being we know as Enoch. Whether that being Enoch was a human being or another type of being is debatable. Whether he was actually already an angel and who was living in a human existence or in a physical existence is debatable. When we look back in these books, the holy books we call the Bible, these beings at the time of Enoch lived 800, 900, 1,000, 600, 800 years. Humans don't do that. Human beings don't. And these beings were different than us, I feel. But nevertheless, I'm digressing. So when these beings, anyway, I'm digressing. Enoch watches over through his new existence, which is the Archangel Metatron. He watches over humanity and guides humanity in its ascension. And we're in that phase now of ascending into this new being, this golden age we call the Aquarian age. This golden age that we're heading into now has never been like this ever for humanity. There have been ages of humanity where we have been, we called Lemurian, we call Atlantean. There may be others that we don't have names for. There are obviously very ancient beings who lived in the continent of India, who had a very highly evolved way of living. We don't really know enough about everything, but we are getting this information apparently as part of our jump into the golden age. And what I was told is that when the flash comes, which is when we practically do the jump, because the flash will be an event that will be instantaneous flash, if you like, across the horizon, which will enable all the downloads that we've been receiving that we call light codes to activate what has been given us. The light codes that we've been receiving for these few years of late have been changing our DNA and various other things, so that when the flash comes, it will wake lots of us, lots of parts of us up. And I can't tell you what they are because nobody actually knows. You hear different people say, this is going to happen and that's going to happen. I'm one of them, but we don't really know. It's conjecture. And in my case and others, we're given guidance. And sometimes, like lots of people who get guidance from those above, I sometimes doubt myself because I think, oh, is this just my imagination, or is this just my connection to higher self? Is it actually that, or is it I'm listening to the guidance from angels and star beings? And a funny thing happened because a dear friend of mine bought me a lovely book for Christmas, which I've only just started reading, about the Arcturians. And as you know, if you watch me and follow me, I call them the Arcturians, but they don't mind. And some of the information I've had from them and other star beings has been telling me for quite a while about this illusion that we're living on now, this earth, because we still need to be in the physical to allow us to continue being alive, basically, so that we can jump when we elevate ourselves to connect to that consciousness of Gaia that has now shifted. I don't know whether this is making sense because I did ramble on a bit, but basically Gaia has shifted, Terra has shifted into a new dimension, a new place of existence. We are still connected to Gaia, but we're not living within Gaia at this present. We're living within a clone of Gaia that has been generated by her so that we can still exist and make that jump. When we make that jump, and it won't be all of us, there's no question about this now, all of us won't be jumping. And I read this in this book as well that I was just talking about, the Arcturian book. This was written in the late 80s. And they said in this book, the Arcturians, that Gaia will shift to a new place and that human beings will shift into their new conscious. And when I read this, I'm thinking, that's what I've been saying. I've been saying this for years, only because I was guided by those beings of light and love who guide me, not because I'm clever. I am clever, of course, because I've got a lovely wife. And if I wasn't clever, I wouldn't have had her. I'll rephrase that. If I wasn't clever, she wouldn't have been with me. So, yeah, this is what we're saying. We are ready now to make this jump. It could be any time, but it is definitely in the next few years. And we're ready to do that now. And the best advice we can give or we can receive is to stay in your heart as best you can, as much as you can through daily life, and keep in your joy to help you stay in your heart. Because staying in your heart enables your connection to source, to the oneness through your higher self. We have, as I've said many times now, a rainbow bridge that goes from our heart chakra here, or from our heart, through our heart chakra, through to our higher self, which connects directly to source. And because of that, if we stay in our heart and be still as much as we can, and by being in our joy, just receive what is coming to us, by being still in your stillness, not getting too excited, be happy and joyful, because when you're happy and joyful in your heart, as we like to say, it leaves you open. Because when we're happy and joyful, we're like this, heart is open. When we listen to the rubbish that's spoken, we become fearful and we're like this, closed. We don't want to be like that. We want to be like that, okay? Open, receiving the love that is coming through to us. It is love that we're receiving. This energy that's coming to us is divine love. When we communicate with these beings of love and light, the archangels like Archangel Metatron and others, it is the love that we feel. When we communicate with these star beings we talk about, beings of light and love, it is a love for humanity and for the universe that we are receiving. They are already connected to the oneness. They're intrinsically linked to the oneness, which is our next link. It won't be a while yet, but this is where we're heading. We will be like that. We will be directly connected to source again. Still being in the physical at first, but definitely directly connected. There's more about this in videos I've done recently, so have a listen to them. I think that's enough for one day. Thank you for listening. Hope you enjoy it. If you do, please leave a comment and a like. Please pass it on if you do think it resonates with your beliefs or thinking or thoughts. And if you don't like it, I'm sorry. Please find somebody else who you can be in your heart with that helps you feel joyful, because that's what it's about. Be in your joy. Namaste.